His fingers started to dip inside of me, sounding like a good pan of mac being mixed. He loved the sounds she was making for him. He bit his lip and let out a slight moan before he repositioned himself. He began to lean over the middle console, pushing my thighs apart.
Yo.
Hello. Hey, co-workers.
What's up, co-workers?
What's good? Welcome back to this week's episode of the We Outside Afterwork Podcast. I'm your host, Dana.
And I'm Aaron. And we got a special guest in the building. We got a special guest. Because, I usually say I'm y'all favorite. Yeah. But we got a special guest in the building. We got King Nicki in the building.
Hey, Nicki.
Hey, Nicki.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Excited for the conversation today.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but Nicki got something to promote over here. We got an author in the building. You know we love an author. But before we get into that, let's give the disclaimer that this podcast is going to be a little different.
It's going to be sexual, possibly explicit.
Possibly. But that's because we have an erotic novelist in the building. Yes. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to do a little icebreaker. We're going to make sure you feel a little comfortable. So I'm going to start with the first question, all right?
Okay.
Yes.
What hurts more? Spending money on disappointing food or buying a disappointing outfit from Temu or Fashion?
Not Temu.
I'm going to say food because more than likely when I bought something, I already had something in my closet, so I could just go to something else. But food, that means I'm going to have to spend more money on food again. Nah. That's going to irritate me.
What about you, Dana?
I agree with King Nicki because usually when I get an outfit, it's because I don't like what I have in my closet. So I'm like, let me see if I can get something else. Yeah, and if it don't fit right, I'm like, okay, well, I have a second choice. Mm-hmm. But with food, if it's nasty or if I spend at least like $30 on it, I'm going to still eat it, to be honest, because I don't want to waste it.
I don't want to spend another $30.
Yeah, and usually I don't have food to cook if I'm ordering,
See, this is the difference between men and women. Because if I'm ever like buying an outfit, I don't buy a second. Like unless I'm on vacation or some shit, like I'm not gonna have multiple outfits. So if I then put this outfit on and the shirt too tight, pants too loose,
you just wear it.
I'm stuck. I ain't got no choice.
Oh,
yeah, I don't pack 37 outfits like women.
That's why I'm an overpacker.
Well, that's why we do that.
Yeah,
that's exactly why.
Exactly.
Right.
We need options.
Thank you, Marvin.
We like options.
It's all good.
Okay, so let's get into that second icebreaker, which is kissing a necessary part of intercourse? So I'm gonna let Nicki go first.
For me, I would say it's not necessary, but it is a great addition. I mean, when you're really being passionate with somebody, it depends what kind of intercourse we're talking about.
We're talking about
what kind of intercourse doesn't require kissing?
Like some friends with benefits type, like somebody that you're just having sex with. Like, it's not somebody that you're really intimate with, you really have feelings with. When I'm like intimate, then I want to kiss and do all that extra, but.
Okay.
You don't think everyone needs that?
I see what you
Everybody
did there.
don't like kissing, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Then they don't need to be fucking. How about that? Kissing is a necessary part of intimacy. It's intimacy.
Yeah.
So, we need to show that we enjoy each other, that we want to be part with one another. Like, I'm literally putting my parts inside of you. I can't kiss you. Like, why am I doing that?
Well, I mean, in this day and age, we just have a lot of friends with benefits, so it's not always intimate.
I guess.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Dana?
I'm gonna agree. Like,
woo.
Right. Let me be clear. I'm gonna agree with Aaron, actually, which we don't always agree. So I do think I need to kiss you because for me, that helps build up that anticipation. And it just makes things more wet. So yeah, like I need to kiss.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of kiss, we're going to get into a whole lot more than kissing when we talk about the diary or the Vixen Diaries.
Yes,
and King Nicki, first off, thank you for coming through and supporting us on the We Outside Afterwork Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We want to know, what is the Vixen Diaries?
Vixen Diaries is something I put together, like, I would say, like, 2014, I was writing, like, I would just be in my notepad writing just short stories, sexual stories, I don't know.
Where did they come from?
Off the top of my head.
So it wasn't no, like, experiences. It was just, like, this is imagination, this is thoughts.
It was more so, like, things that I would want to happen, or if I was talking to somebody and say I was missing them, so then I would write a story about me missing them and what would happen when we got together and stuff like that. Like, yeah, so from there I was writing a little bit of stories here and there, and then I would show some people, they would like it. And then I didn't really do anything about it until 2020, and that's when I started my website. Well, before my website, I had tried to post on a page, like I tried to add one of my short stories to a page, and they removed my content. They said it was too sexual.
Yeah, I had that TikTok experience, so I know I know how you feel.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the cover, because to me that's very interesting. It is a woman not facing the front, covering her face, but is naked. Is there anything, like, what is the backstory to that? Like, what was the inspiration for that?
I really love the picture. I just love how I don't know, women's bodies is just beautiful. So it wasn't more so like I wanted her to face away from anything.
Okay.
Like a more significant reason behind it.
You just like the silhouette.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, she got dreads. Yeah, I think it's dope.
Yeah, I loved how it just flew together. It all came together. And for Vixen Diaries, it's more so like short stories of different experiences and stuff. So it's like a girl writing in her journal, in her diary.
Now, what it reminds me of from our conversations about it is like Zane's Sex Chronicles. I don't know no other ones. That's the only ones I ever like. I didn't read it. I just watched it. Shout out to Showtime.
Yes, I
got me through
about that series.
Yeah, they got me through a couple nights.
I definitely forgot they had that.
Oh God. Yeah.
So is that part of your inspiration, or is there more inspiration to it?
When I was younger, I did do a bit of the reading. I didn't start with Zane. I did it was more so like the hood books, like the sexual
True to the game kind of shit.
Yeah. So it was, I think the first book I read was like Daddy's Little Girl or something like that, and then it was a book by Danielle Santiago. It was a few. I used to read a lot of books back then, so it was kind of like Zane, but Zane didn't come into play for me till later. So I don't know.
Okay.
But definitely inspiration.
Would you say you are a sexual person where you like embrace that side of you more? Is that where a lot of the inspiration comes for the stories, or is just something that you like doing as a hobby?
I mean, I find myself as a sexual person. I'm very open when like anything. That's why when before we started, when Aaron was talking about the me having the podcast prior, like I'll answer whatever questions anybody want to ask me anything.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
But yeah, I see myself as a sexual person for sure.
Okay.
And
love that.
Speaking of podcasts, so I know you had the podcast Throb Talk.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit more about Throb Talk. What's the purpose of it?
Throb Talk, it was just me and my sister, and you know, we were just talking about experiences and stuff that we had, stuff that we dealt with, and things that we encounter as a black female in these days and age, and the stuff that guys do.
So the shit that niggas
like
be doing.
dating,
sexual.
Okay.
Yeah, we would talk about whatever. We had a few guests, and like our first guest, Stax Cartel, he does music, so we had him on there, asked him some questions, and then we had a guy that was a porn star, but we really couldn't even air that episode.
Before you get into that, why? If it's an NDA, we respect the NDA.
No, it's no NDA, but that was like our third like episode, and I didn't start doing like contracts, but he got upset because he wanted to have sex with me, and I told him no. So then he was like, I don't want you to post my content.
So he was like, don't even post this episode. That's so petty.
Very petty.
But can we get into, because I'm curious about the conversations y'all had on the podcast.
Yes.
Like, could you give us an example of like one of the conversations you and your sister had?
Because more so, it was really the guests that we was really questioning them and seeing what they had going on. We had an episode that was on YouTube. Like, we had people send in, like, truth or dare questions or just open-ended questions, and we would answer whatever. So that more episode, we was more so personal, talking about things that we went through. Like, I would say more so in the detail with those.
You can get into detail. Like, ours is marked as explicit. So kids cannot watch this. If you're younger than 18, turn this off.
Unless your parents say okay.
Well, yeah.
Don't watch them.
I mean,
What kind of parent?
I used to watch Friday. That was
What?
rated R.
But that's different.
That's like a
movies.
comedy, though.
There used to be titties on TV. We used to always sneak and watch titties. You gotta hold your eyes like that.
I was actually at my parents' house yesterday, and we like to watch Power and BMF. So my mom is catching up on Raising Kanan, and there was a scene where, what's the mom's name? Rock, yeah. She was having sex with her detective or whatever.
The older guy.
Yeah,
Spoiler
it was like
alert.
season one. It was
Sorry, my
season
bad.
one. It was season one.
Sorry.
Yeah, so like nowadays, I don't know. For me, it's still kind of awkward when you're like watching TV with your parents or like a family member and like a sex scene comes on. But it's not to the point where I was young and they like switched the channel real quick, because that's what my parents used to do.
Nah, it's crazy because I don't want to watch a sex scene like with my parents or my grandmother. Like,
I don't look at the TV.
She used to watch Medea, so it's like I'm supposed to watch.
your phone or
I'm supposed to
something.
watch Medea with my grandmother, not somebody having sex.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to see no
Kinda
titties.
gross.
And it was crazy because
Yeah,
I seen
it's
Swordfish with John Travolta and Halle Berry. I seen it in the movies, and my aunt took me and my cousin Jamil. Shout out to Aunt Rashida. Her birthday just passed, and
Birthday.
and Halle Berry showed her titties on it, and we didn't know what to do. Like,
How old were you?
it came out like 2000, 2001, so we was like
you was
12.
young.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
didn't know what to do, so we just titties.
You watch it. Yeah, so.
But that actually gets me into my next question for you is like, you know, when is sex talk uncomfortable, especially when it comes to a podcast or when it comes to just general conversation as somebody who writes about it?
For me, I mean, not much is really uncomfortable. Like, if you want details as far as like who I'm actually dealing with and stuff like that, that's a little over the edge. But besides that, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm more so open when it comes to those things. I can talk about anything really sexual.
What would you suggest to somebody else who's having issues with comfort?
It depends on their comfortability. Everybody really isn't comfortable speaking about sex, and that's not something that's bad. And it's not like to downplay anybody. Everybody has their different comfort levels. So I don't really try to talk to somebody into trying to talk about it, because if you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. I don't want to force nobody.
Yeah, I can agree. I do think, like, some people, especially like when it comes to social media too, right? Like they don't want to put too much out there, and even when it comes to sex, because maybe they didn't really grow up with those open feelings, right? Or like they've kind of understood that level of themselves where it's like, you know, it is natural, like everyone has sex, but like openly having that conversation, I do think it just depends on the person. Because I know for me, like, there was a point, I think it was like in college or like right after college, where I do feel like women were more liberated on social media, where they would just post more like sexual memes or whatever. And for me, like, I wasn't judging, but I was just thinking like, I'm not gonna feel that comfortable doing that. Like, yeah, I'm a sexual person, but I don't need the world to know I'm like that. Yeah, but I don't think that's nothing wrong if you are that liberated either. So, what do you think, Aaron?
I think you need to just express yourself the way you express yourself. If you feel like you want to be more conservative because you know the way that people respond to it, then I completely understand that also.
I think if it's based on other people's perception, that's different. I do think if it's your
people create
personal,
their own perception out of fucking thin air. So
they do,
like
assumptions.
I seen you post a picture in your bikini, so that means you want to have sex with me, like Angel Reese. Like, that don't even make sense.
What
like
happened?
They were trying to sexualize Angel Reese because she posts pictures in bikinis, and it's like, nigga, she wear that to the beach.
That's weird.
Like,
That's stupid.
it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand, like, you have a sexual attraction to women, especially who come off as liberated, where it's like, oh, I could get that.
Or they just feel comfortable in their skin, right?
Yeah.
Like, some women, we just like the way we look, so it's like, I'm not gonna hide it.
And some men do too. Shit, shout out to the liberated men out here. Shit,
What, just showing their penis on?
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what you gotta do. Swing it.
Just don't put me in your close friends. I'm tired of being added to close friends.
Have y'all seen that on Close Friends? Like, someone just is posting either their ass or titties or penis. Yes. Really? I've never seen any of that in Close Friends that I'm in.
I mean, I can't say that my close friends isn't bad, but I'm saying as far as, like, a guy will add me and then put me in his close friends, like, I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. Why am I seeing your penis now?
As somebody who does that, not that, but because I don't post.
You
typically
put
myself.
Your nipple in your close friends.
It was a joke.
Right?
It was a joke. It was Titty Tuesday. Twitter. It's all good.
But
anyway, for me, the reason I do a close friends is because it's content driven. So I'm all about making sure that people recognize, like, hey, I see a green circle. I'm interested. What am I looking at? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people will click it because they're interested in seeing what the fuck is up.
But then people will be like, yo, take me out of your close friends. I don't want to see you cooking or, like,
because nobody wants to see that.
But I also think...
Why is that in your close friends?
Yeah, I think...
Why are you secretly cooking? Like,
because I know people who, they don't want other people to know they're out or, like, doing different activities.
So why they're your friends?
But because of that, they'll just post it in their close friends, which for me, I didn't have a close friends for a long time. I probably made a close friends like last year because I didn't like the exclusivity of my Instagram because it's been public ever since I created it. So I was like, I'm not going to make a separate group of these people that I feel comfortable showing unless it's something more explicit.
I think that's what Instagram should do, though. Like, because clearly close friends have taken up a life of its own, where women are literally charging people to sign up for their close friends. Yeah. Like, it's like OnlyFans, essentially. Like, for some people, where if you want to be on my close friends, give me $9.99 a month. You don't pay, you out. Yeah. So nowadays, you can literally, like, just manipulate it sexually. Like, that's what people do.
Yeah, in every aspect. I was just in the close friends for betting.
For betting?
Yeah, sports betting.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Because, they get into that money.
It was $50 a month.
Yeah. Was it worth it?
I won a few tickets, but I mean, you don't win every day, so.
That's how that boy got suspended for life because of people like that. Jonte Porter.
Oh, but he was an actual player.
So it was a basketball player by the name of Jonte Porter, and he started basically essentially telling people to bet on him that he wasn't going to make his points because he was going to go in the game and get hurt. And then you would win mad money off of that because he wasn't going to score 3 points.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is mad niggas was doing it. So it's like, I'm not going to do that. It's a flag.
Did he go to jail or something?
Well, he got suspended indefinitely from the NBA. So
are you dumb?
Sorry for your potential $80 million. His brother is Michael Porter Jr. Put some parlays. But
okay. So let's get into the Red Light special show, which is an open mic erotica. What is an open mic erotica on display? Like, what exactly is that visual?
It's more so just like an open mic, a spoken word, where people come and can read their, either poetry, like my short stories. I have somebody that has a couple songs.
Okay, because I'm thinking someone like half naked reading their erotica. That's not it.
I mean,
if that's what they want to do.
I'm about to say I'm not against
open.
it.
Okay,
but yeah, it's that's why I put erotica on the flyer, so you're prepared to see whatever you see. But I mean, that's all for comfortability. If whoever wants to appear, like, I will come to the event like that. But it's just like an open mic. And it's just everybody has erotic, either poetry, short stories, whatever.
When is it?
So it's a sexual. It's gonna be on May 18th. It's in Belleville at More Fresh.
Belleville, New Jersey, because we're international.
Oh, sorry.
You know?
My bad. Belleville,
we worldwide.
New Jersey.
We outside.
Worldwide, right. Okay.
Yes.
How do people sign up? Like, would they reach out to you directly or the website?
I have, my Instagram is Diary of a Vixen. And in the bio, I have the link for Eventbrite. It's on Eventbrite.
Okay.
So you also go on Eventbrite.
Note that down, guys.
Yes, come
Support.
out. Please come out.
Are you reading?
Yes, I'm going to be reading a couple stories. just to get a little taste, probably do like open up and do one in the middle and end it out probably. This is my first open mic, so bear with me.
Are we set to expect more to come from it, or is this like just a passion project you just want to get out the way?
No, I want to do more of them. Well, since this is my first one, it's more of like an intimate setting, just to get the feel of it and see. But I do want to do more with like vendors, so I can have like sex toys being sold, candles, different things, sexual things, lingerie. But yeah, I need a bigger space for that. I mean, I have somebody that wants to do sex toys for the 18th, but I have to see what's going on. And then I'm gonna also have my book there too to sell. So if anybody wants to buy the book at the event, they can.
I love that. Let's get back into the book.
Yes.
How many stories, or are they poems or just short stories?
Short stories.
Okay. So, like, what's the inspiration for those? I know you mentioned sometimes they are like fantasy or things that you have experienced. Now, someone who wants to get into erotic poetry, what advice would you give them?
It's more so you just writing what you're feeling. It's like, for me, it really just comes to me. Like you said, it's a mixture. I have more fantasies than actual experiences. I have some stories that are real, like, experiences.
Okay.
But
do they know about it?
Does the guy know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fully aware.
Do you feel like you have to tell them before you use the story, or it's just like, no, because it's my experience, so...
No, I don't have to tell them, but I do.
Yeah.
Y'all think I should tell them?
I don't.
You know?
No.
I'm about to say,
you think so?
It depends.
Because
like,
she was there.
So you would be mad?
I wouldn't be mad. I've written about particular people. Most of the time I write generic stuff, so you can't pinpoint that it's about you or whatnot. But sometimes if you see a specific thing, like, you know, I'm talking about you. So I'm pretty sure, like, whatever she's written in there, because we getting copies.
Do we have a copy?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
What's written in there is you'll be able to pinpoint it, because that's your experience too. Like, granted, it's her storytelling, but it's a lived experience that's shared. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I tell them after I usually finish them.
Pause.
It ain't no pause.
Nah, it ain't no pause. It ain't no pause.
But I mean, for the most part, like, prior, I was just posting on my website. So if it'll be posted, I'll probably send them a link after it's already posted. I mean, recently, well, currently, the guy I deal with, like, I'll share my notes with him while I'm typing it, so he could watch me write my stories. So it really ain't even no surprise. He already sees as I'm editing and everything, so don't be no problem.
Now, when I do poetry, I try to do it into like a visual. Are you bringing any of your short stories to any visuals?
I mean, for me, it do be. It definitely gives a great visual, but I mean, when I was posting on the website and people was reading the stories, they used to say, like, they really felt like they was in the moment, really feeling anything. But I don't have any. I have a couple pictures in there, but I don't have. I didn't want to overdo it with a lot of pictures in the actual book. I'll just let the stories take your mind there.
Okay, so I just want to get specific because you brought this here and you're going to share, give us a copy. So can you give us a little bit more detail of one particular story that's like your favorite?
You want me to read it?
Yes. Like, I'm very curious. I'm very curious.
Okay.
You know what page this on?
Okay, let me see.
Go through the table of contents.
Yeah. And we want that emotion of, like, how you was feeling when you was writing.
Y'all really want me to read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very intrigued.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And it don't got to be the whole thing. It can be like,
I'm going to do a little snippet.
Okay.
Let me see. What was my favorite? Where is it at? I really don't
put
know
on
my
the spot,
page
man.
numbers. You said put me on the spot? Obviously, because I don't know my page numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So while she's looking for that, I have a question for Erin, right? So it seems like you guys connected on that like level of erotic poetry, which I love. So for you, when you're writing your stuff, is it like, obviously it's coming from, you know, a feeling, and I know you mentioned before how when people are reading your stuff, it's not to be sexualized, like it's just for you to get out your art. So what do you think helps to not be so sexualized with erotic poetry?
I don't think it's anything I can do. I think because they see me, right? Like if it was a random person, like I don't know what Zane looks like, right? But I believe Zane's a woman, so it's like now me knowing it's a woman, I might be a little bit more attracted to the concept of Zane. But growing up, I Lil Zane. I'm like, this a nigga. Yeah, this a nigga right? That's what I give a fuck about.
Yeah,
right. So it's like you don't have that same like, yo, let me sexualize the artist,
right? Yeah. Okay.
So because a lot of people who see what I write can kind of see me, they might visualize me through my art.
And what you do too is you'll do a reel with like just you or like some type of visual you've created and your voice, right? Obviously you're a male, so I do think that helps like with the emotion of what you're writing.
And I've done it with women voices too, just to give a different perspective to see if it has that same connection. And I don't think my audience connects with the women. Because it's like, I don't want to hear from them.
They want to hear from you.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, your audience isn't this for you now.
Shout out to my audience. I love you. All my close friends.
Do you have a name for them?
But whatever your name in my phone. So I don't have no name for them.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Well, Nikki, let's get back to your...
I'm going to read the second paragraph of Late Night Drive-Thru.
Okay.
What page we on?
We are on page 7. Okay. His hand crept up my thigh, reaching my pearl. The combo of him caressing my mini river and my toes in his warm, wet mouth was giving a great feeling of ecstasy. His fingers started to dip inside of me, sounding like a good pan of mac being mixed. He loved the sounds she was making for him. He bit his lip and let out a slight moan before he repositioned himself. He began to lean over the middle console, pushing my thighs apart. He kissed my feet, thighs, and around my lower set of lips. The warmth from his mouth around my pussy gave me chills.
Oh, very explicit.
You know,
but I like the flow of that. What?
Yeah, that was in the car.
Oh.
Yeah, that was after a night of clubbing. That story.
Damn, he was really into you, huh? Because, you know, after clubbing, he be all sweating. You know, niggas be dancing for real.
They don't care.
Dancing.
They're into you. They don't
rock hips. I don't. I'm sorry. At this day and age, I don't want a man that's rocking his hips right now.
Not him. You.
Oh, I was about to say. Nah, I mean, I did a little dancing. I did.
All right. Well, guys, support and buy this book if you are interested in erotic poetry, because clearly you're gonna get what you pay for.
Now, I wanted to kind of like swing into just us as individuals with like some kind of sexual intercourse conversations, right? Because I believe that men and women are clearly having a bunch of divides when it comes to podcasts and different things on the internet. So instead of making more conflict in discourse, I want to see how we can help each other. So what would you say, Dana, you included, for men to do to improve just intimacy amidst the both of us? Not like that, but you get what I'm saying. Men and women.
You want me to
healthier
answer
sexual
first,
relationships.
Nikki, you go first.
Pick your poison.
Because I already know. So for me, to me, it just seems so simple. And for me, I like to flirt if I'm into you. So if we are talking consistently or we're dating in a relationship, whatever, I want to flirt throughout the day. Like, I want to text and flirt. I want to flirt through phone call conversation. That way, when I see you, the energy and chemistry is even more ignited. So that's something that I feel like I don't want to say need, but that keeps me interested. So, guys, flirt more with your girls.
Definitely.
What about you?
It's a lot of factors. But
give it to us.
We got time.
I would say, first and foremost, taking your time. A lot of guys just like to go for it and don't even like. I be feeling like guys really can't read a room.
They can't. They can't.
Like,
sometimes. Ain't no letters on the wall. Never mind. My bad. Go ahead.
Bruh.
It's the energy though. Like if you can tell she's kind of like getting there or whatever.
Yeah.
Like because with
like,
guys,
just do that little extra effort.
Yeah.
It don't really. I don't understand how guys really can't read the room because it's really like
do you
it's
think they
energy.
care? Do you think they care?
But then that's what we end up thinking that they don't because they don't take their time.
Because I did hear that guys, they're more willing to do what you want if you tell them, like if you voice that. So maybe sometimes women, we don't voice that as much because we feel like they don't care. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a microcosm where we're both just doing the wrong shit.
I feel like if we, in the moment, if we like, all right, chill out, then they get an attitude. And it's like, why are you pushing me away? Or why, like, it's not even that. Like, just take your time. Give it a second.
Where do you think that comes from? Why do you think men feel inclined to say, why are you pushing me away? Like, clearly, if I'm telling you something in the bedroom, that means something. Why do you think so many men, because I hear this consistently from women.
And
then you can answer that, too, because you're a woman, too.
Obviously.
So I'm just saying.
What you think?
What I think is that men don't care. Like, I think our nut is more important than your nut.
we know it's more important than y'all nuts.
Yeah, but I think it depends on how.
Not that I agree with that. I'm just saying that's what I think.
I think it depends on how much he's into you.
Yeah,
like some men, they may just want a quick nut, right? So it's like, oh, I don't give a fuck about your needs or wants. But if I really like love you and care for you and am interested in you also getting to your climax, then I'm gonna put more effort. And I think with those, they don't need to be told either.
Yeah,
that's my whole thing.
But they read the room.
Yeah, they letters on the wall.
They see it.
Evidently they found them.
Yeah,
because it's definitely there are guys that will take their time and actually learn your body and know those things.
That's key. Yeah. Learning your body.
Oh my gosh, if that's I don't know, that's the master key.
Simple.
That's the master key, and it really just takes the time to figure it out. But like you said, they don't care.
Well, to piggyback off of the question, I believe from a man to a woman, I also believe anticipation is one of the most important things, right? Looking forward to spending that time, looking forward for the day, through every text, through every phone call, like Dana said, it is very important.
That's why I say that goes with the flirting. Like when you flirt with me now, I want to pounce on you when I see you because you done did this all day.
And it doesn't feel forced. It don't feel like
it's natural.
It don't feel like, yo, I gotta fuck this motherfucker. Like it's like it's warranted. Like I want to be with
that.
It's not a good feeling.
But we've all been there. We've all been there before where it's like, oh, we're with somebody and it's like, I guess this is what we got to do today.
Oh, shit.
Like, men may not feel like that as much as women do, but we feel like that too. Like, oh, I just spent 37 hours at work today. And
that reminds me of a conversation we had. I think we had it or I had it with someone else, like, in the beginning of our podcasting. It was called pity sex. Where you have sex with someone, which it is forced and it's somewhat like pity because, you know, they clearly want to have sex with you and you guys have that history of intimacy. So you're like, why not? Even though you don't feel like it.
Yeah. I think a lot more men suffer from that, but they don't say it.
I think women do.
No, I think women suffer from it and we know they suffer from it. But I don't think men address that enough where it's like, yo, I kind of don't feel like being bothered with you today. Like, I kind of do want to play my game. I kind of do want to just watch the game. I kind of want to chill. And here you come. Yeah, one day where you want to wear lingerie when I don't feel like watching you.
I said, amen, bro!
I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
because, you know, y'all got to read the room.
I think that goes along, though, with how long you've been with somebody. And if y'all are, like, living together, you have children, like, you have that whole family dynamic. And it can get boring, right? Like, it's like after a while it becomes a routine. Because it's like, I know we're going to have sex today. Or I know when you put on that little, you know, lingerie, whatever, like, you're expecting sex from me even though I don't want to. So
the bright side is when it's the long duration of time, you got a little bit of options. Because, you know, it's been durations of time where I've seen you in these same things. But
you got to buy new lingerie.
You buy it for her.
Or buy it for her. Right.
You see something?
That's simple.
Surprise
me.
Why you don't surprise her?
I think that's very attractive.
Yes, that is.
Yes.
Women change
I think you would
sizes. I could buy this from the wrong store. Not a medium don't fit like a medium in this store.
No, if you actually asked her and was like, yo, what's your size?
Her, I'll ruin the surprise.
Well, go on her drawer. Y'all live together.
Sure.
Yeah, Nikki got the answers. She got the answers.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
Before you go, I'm sorry. You said something really important. You said that sometimes when you tell a man, like, oh, can you do X, Y, Z, that he struggles to listen to you to accommodate your needs. How do you get that message across? Like, yo, stop. This is what I need you to do.
I block him.
Oh, shit.
It's like, nah.
So it just don't happen?
No, I was just like, nah. I mean, for the most part, I really will have a detailed conversation as much as I can. I will break it down as much as I can. And hopefully it's really something that you are receiving. I really do find communication as one of the highest things that is needed in a relationship. So if we can't communicate about what's right and what's wrong, then where are we going? Yeah. What's going on? So if I can't explain something to you, then we ain't going nowhere. So it probably is getting blocked, actually.
Okay. What about you, Dan?
What was the question?
If you're struggling to communicate your needs to your partner and they give you like resistance, how do you overcome that resistance?
Okay, so for me, I don't like constantly repeating myself. So it goes back to the level of the relationship. Like if we're in a full-blown relationship, then okay, you're still learning me, I'm learning you. So I'll mention it maybe like 2 to 3 times. But if I notice there isn't change behavior, then I'll slowly start to fall back a little bit where I'm not as open with my feelings and like my energy shifting. So definitely. I don't know if men can feel that. It goes back to reading the room or they kind of just like, oh, she's in one of her moods, like she'll be alright, you know. Like if you learn your partner, you'll realize the changes in their behaviors and their feelings, and then you'll start to ask like, yo, like what's up, like are you okay? And that shows me that you care. And
the beautiful thing about this conversation is women lack self-awareness a lot of times when it comes to sexuality, because y'all be doing the same thing. Okay, y'all can make faces. Y'all be doing the same thing.
You making me cough.
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
I'm allergic to it.
It's not bullshit. Oh, that's funny. It's not bullshit. I think we both struggle with accommodating each other from a perspective of not accommodating ourselves. So I think oftentimes where it's like, hey, this would satisfy me also, a woman is still going to take her own approach to get there. Because
I think we're more self-aware, and because we're so self-aware, we
with
know
yourself. But we're not talking about being self-aware for you. We're talking about being self-aware for us.
Okay, I do. I understand what you're saying. Like you're saying, like something simple. If a guy say for his birthday, I just want to stay in the house and play games. A girl's gonna plan a whole fucking weekend and ignore exactly.
And the
what
same
he
thing
asked
happens
for.
sexually.
Yes. But it's like sometimes we just feel like we want to put more into it. Like we want to give y'all more. If we feel like you appreciate, if we appreciate you, then we're trying to show it. But I do understand it might come off as.
I think that is so beautiful. I love that y'all said that. The unfortunate part is y'all not reading the room.
You know, I definitely read the room. I see the letters. They're right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just say communicate and do what works for you specifically, and then, you know, find the partner that you feel like aligns with your needs, because we all have them, but are we all fulfilling them?
Yeah.
I think that's very important now.
I
think that's the icing on the cake for that portion of the conversation. And the next part of our conversation is our happy hour moment, where we get to take the opportunity to express what we are happy about that's either currently happening or forthcoming. So I believe you got something very important that's forthcoming for you, but I'm not going to, take over your moment. What would you say is your happy hour moment, King Nicki?
Well, my happy hour moment would be the Red Light Special open mic that's going to be on May 18th, because I'm excited. Yes. It's the first one, and yeah.
First of many.
Yes, first of many, and I'm just excited to see where this goes.
We are too. Okay. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Is there tickets for this?
Yes, it's on Eventbrite.
Okay, because I'm interested in going.
Yes.
Like, that sounds like something that's different, but also enlightening sexually.
Yes, and we have a DJ, so music will be playing. Food is coming with your ticket.
So it's gonna be a vibe, like a whole vibe. Love that.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So my happy hour moment is I'm actually gonna give a shout out to Dana. Ding ding ding. It's okay, Marvin. I see. You don't want to shout her out.
Delay. He ready
It's all
to
good.
go.
But the last time we had an event, like not necessarily an erotic poetry event, but the last time we had an event where poetry was included, Dana came through and supported me like a real friend, a real support system.
I remember that. That was the first time I saw you actually at an open mic. So
and it was a little on the intimate side.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to participate in the red light special. Unfortunately, I don't get off of work till too late. So I might not be able to make it, but I do have a video submission if she needs it, if she wants it. If she don't, I'm cool with that also. But I'm definitely willing to support you however I can, even if I purchase the ticket just for somebody else to come through for the free, because I definitely look forward to supporting the people that support me. So big shout out to the red light special. Big shout out to all.
Shout out to all of the creators,
all the
creating
creators.
platforms for people to just voice and express their passions.
And before you go, Dana, she said something about 2020. COVID was crazy for everybody. We just had Diane, a motivation queen, come through and also talk about expressing her creativity through that time of strife and that time of need. So everybody that's looking to take that leap, take it. Like at the end of the day, you either succeed or you fail, and either way you're gonna be good from it. So shout out to Diary. Is it Diary to Vixen? I don't want to mess it up.
This is Vixen Tales.
Vixen Tales. Shout out to that. Make sure y'all copy.
Yes, please. It's on Amazon.
That. Yes, love that. How much is it? So
it's $20.
$20. That's not bad for all of those stories.
Yes,
so I think that's appropriate.
And
you get to put a face to it.
Yeah.
I don't post my face a lot on my page, but I mean, when I do my podcast and repost my regular page, y'all see me, but y'all don't see me. I'll be Zane a little bit, just a little bit.
She starred in the show.
She did?
She did.
What do you know, or you just making it up?
No, I used to watch it.
I used to watch it too, but I don't remember.
She was the main character.
Are you sure?
The light-skinned girl, yeah.
Are you sure? I feel like
he's not sure.
I feel like
what's your happy hour moment then?
My happy hour moment, I would say this past weekend, I've reconnected on a level that I haven't in a long time with some cousins. So we grew up all together, spending summers together, and it's just been a couple years where like there was no communication because of life. Like everyone's building families, some people are moving out of state. So like over the weekend I was able to just have some very like, I don't want to say intimate, but like close connection conversations with cousins that I missed. So shout out to Christina and Gio. They are twins. I love you guys, and thanks for the reconnection. So that's my happy hour moment.
Family first, like food stamps. That's what we all about. Feel me?
You and these dad jokes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys are interested in joining this illustrious seat in the middle, I was going to say in the beginning. In the middle, you can email us at woawpod@gmail.com.
And with that being
said...
And
wait, we didn't thank Nikki for being here. Damn. Thank you for joining us today.
I'm a creature of habit. Must have been.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This was a nice experience.
I can't wait to go home and read my book.
Yeah.
You know, bedtime stories.
It's definitely a bedtime story. It'll put you to sleep. Don't put no stains or nothing on it, okay?
Oh. Not stains. Ew. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us this week. And we outside and we out.
I don't think I'll put no stains on that.